Well, hello there, motherfuckers. I'm here with your Raw review. Now, this Raw wasn't full of great matches, but it was full of a lot of good moments. So, I have a little bit of a mixed reaction to this type of show. I feel that we should be able to get both good matches and good moments. It shouldn't have to be one or the other, but, let's talk about this show and let's see how I really feel. So we start off with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. Heyman cutting the promo, talking about what happened at SummerSlam. Saying that he doesn't blame the timekeeper and he doesn't blame the referee. But they call out Undertaker, and Undertaker obviously wasn't going to come out because he collapsed after the match following, at SummerSlam. So it was a little bit pointless to call him out, and they could have played it up, but once again the announcers could have been like, "Oh, come on, Taker's not going to be there," but instead the announcers played dumb. They're like, "Oh, I can't wait for this." As I said in the past, like, the fuck is with the announcers? They fucking ruin everything. It's very important to have good commentating in wrestling to push the angles and make things believable. If you are dumber than your audience and you're the fucking commentator, that's a fucking problem. Anyway, Bo Dallas comes out instead. Bo Dallas mocks Brock Lesnar, so Brock just fucking destroys him. He went back in the ring multiple times to give him suplexes. So, not bad. He got to beat somebody up, so, I guess it was pretty cool, guess you could say. Then you had New Day defeating Lucha Dragons, an okay little short match, I suppose. But the true story was the Dudley Boys returning. Da 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 da. Yes, motherfuckers, the fucking crowd was going nuts. And I haven't seen that much personality out of Michael Cole in a long time. Yes, this was very exciting seeing the Dudleys come back after, yes, very accurate, 10 years. Since ECW One Night Stand, the first one in 2005, we haven't seen these guys wrestle. Now, Bubba Ray Dudley came back by himself, excuse me, at fucking Royal Rumble. And then he went back to TNA, and I was like, fuck his fucking ass. He's back in TNA. But do you stupid motherfucking TNA fans see, or Global Force Wrestling fans, whatever the fuck it is now, it's like the same fucking thing. You see what I mean? Like when I said the same thing about Rob Van Dam. You take a guy that was popular in WWE, put him in TNA, and he looks like a fucking pile of shit. They even did the same thing to Hulk Hogan. I shouldn't be mentioning his name. I'll probably be labeled a racist. But, they did the same thing to Hogan. They done it to Angle. They make everybody just feel so unimportant. It's, but the Dudleys come back with their original pyro, their classic music, their classic look, and their name. Team 3D being named after their finisher. Bull fucking shit. Those are the Dudleys. And that's exactly what they were called. They did everything that you could have wanted. They, fucking did the what's up headbutt. They did the 3D through the fucking table. It was amazing. And the crowd reaction was phenomenal, making this a classic fucking moment. It was one of the best crowd reactions I've seen in quite some time. Everybody in the audience knew who the Dudleys were, and I was very happy that they had a hardcore crowd there, to appreciate such a great return. This was a great fucking moment. And when they were on the outside, they were arguing with the primetime players. This could make for some very interesting matches. That's what the tag team division was lacking, a big fucking team, but it's really the only team that's really good. So, maybe somehow if they could bring back some other classic teams, like the Hardys or something, if they get their shit together and come back to WWE, or some other cool tag teams that they could somehow bring back. That would be fucking awesome. I don't know who the fuck they're gonna get, but it would be nice to at least get some better teams for God fucking sakes. And the Dudleys is a nice start. Then we had Ambrose and Reigns wrestling the Wyatts again. They booked the same match again, and it ended in a disqualification when a new Wyatt member came out, and the guy is like fucking massive. He's like 6'10", but he's like wide as fuck. Maybe even wider than the Big Show, but in better shape than the Big Show. He was fucking gigantic. He was doing like this fucking head and arm submission and like strangling them, and the fucking Roman Reigns passing out. It was pretty fucking cool how he was standing there with the mask all creepy, and the guy's fucking scary looking. So I don't know anything about this guy. I looked him up online. His name is Braun, just like Bram in TNA, and I'm not a big fan of that name. I hope they change his name. Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, and Braun. I mean, Braun is just a fucking, ridiculous sounding name. So hopefully they've got a name picked out by next week. I wouldn't even be surprised if they don't even know what they're going to call him, WWE, at this point in the game. But yeah, I was pretty interested in this fucking thing right here. Seeing the new Wyatt member. I don't know if they're going to bring back Eric Rowan. Interesting to note that, remember when Luke Harper and Eric Rowan were doing the 3D, they did it like for 1 week. Guess they're not going to be doing that finisher, but I don't know. Fucking Eric Rowan may not even return if they already got somebody to replace his ass. Up next was Miz TV, and you had Paige, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch on Miz TV, and I was bored to fucking tears here. Sorry, as much as I love this Divas Revolution and everything, this is the wrong way to go about it. Do you see what you had on NXT? Sasha Banks and Bayley, great emotion, great story behind that match. That's what we should be getting on Raw and the WWE pay-per-views. I have to ask, why is the developmental? Why are they so fucking better than the WWE? Now I disagree with people who are saying in the comments. I don't think that Takeover was so much better than fucking SummerSlam. SummerSlam was pretty fucking good. Now I'm gonna get to that in a separate video, so I'm gonna put my little thoughts on SummerSlam aside, and I'll do another video probably today about that, about people's reactions towards SummerSlam and my review of SummerSlam. But anyway, so Miz TV, this was pretty fucking boring. Becky Lynch went on some fucking tirade about cyborgs from the future, and just Paige and Charlotte, they just weren't fucking coming up with anything interesting to say. Miz TV just fucking sucks. The Miz is just a fucking goofball with his fucking headdress on. The fuck out of here with that fucking bullshit. The fuck happened to the Miz? He used to be a pretty fucking awesome heel, back in 2011, as I constantly say about him. Why have they turned him into such a fucking goof? But, this segment was just boring me to tears. And then, you had, fucking, what was it that Charlotte said? There was something that I didn't write down, where, she said that somebody was a fucking Hall of Famer, and they weren't even in WWE. I was trying to think about who that was, and I like, the name escapes me at the moment, but I remember it was she was talking about somebody, and I and she had it like all wrong. She said that somebody was like a Hall of Famer in WWE, and they barely wrestled in WWE. I can't remember who the fuck it was, but I had something to say about that. But she, you could even tell in her voice that she knew she was saying the wrong thing. Who the fuck was she talking about? I can't even remember. But anyway, it led to the Bellas coming out, and Nikki Bella's got to be the most annoying fucking person, and Alicia Fox as well. They were so fucking annoying. Dude, is this what you want? I'm like, oh, God. Fuck. That voice of Nikki Bella's. Is that what Cena has to listen to? Now, I know, she's hot as fuck. But, that fucking voice, I'd say rip out her vocal cords and then fuck her. Because fucking Nikki Bella's voice is just fucking grating. My fucking God, her voice is just fucking awful. A terrible fucking voice. And then you had the match between the Bellas and Team PCP. Fucking PCP is just a fucking disaster. And before, I know it's PCB, but I'm still calling him PCP because that's what it sounds like. And, the Bellas winning. The thing is, if this is a Divas Revolution, get rid of Alicia Fox and the Bellas. This is like the bad memories of the fucking Divas division. Nobody likes the Bellas and nobody likes Alicia Fox. Everybody was chanting for Sasha Banks. See, that's the thing. You take a look at Sasha Banks and she's surrounded by two goofballs with Naomi and fucking Tamina. Nobody wants to see them. All they want to see is Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, and Paige. That's all they want. But they're making these goofball teams, and this is the wrong way to go about it. Putting everybody on teams. This is just a waste of fucking time. Just have them wrestle each other. For God fucking sakes. Enough with, we're besties. Fuck it. Just have them wrestle each other. Enough with this fucking nonsense. Do they have to fuck everything up that they do? When something has the potential to be good, they bring in a bunch of wrestlers. Oh, very good, But then they have to do something stupid. We can't just get something good and have it be good. It's got to be good and some other fucking, catch to it. Like, oh, here's good wrestlers, but they're all on a team and they're not going to wrestle each other. Fuck off with that shit. Just fucking break the teams up and have them wrestle each other. That's exactly what everybody fucking wants to see. Nobody wants to see all that other fucking bullshit. It's fucking nonsense already with that fucking garbage. Just give us what we want. Then you had Stardust and Barrett out in the ring. And then Stardust just attacked Barrett for whatever reason. Then Neville came out. And it didn't even look like they were going to cut a promo. It looked like it was a match, but what match was it? I don't fucking know, but whatever. Neville attacked Stardust. Then Jon Stewart came out to the ring, and Jon Stewart did a better job on the mic than he did the previous night at SummerSlam when he was in the ring with Mick Foley, and it sounded too rehearsed. This time, it sounded more like a real guy just talking. And he said he did what he did to preserve Ric Flair's record. And Jon Stewart, thank you so much for that. John Cena doesn't deserve to break that record. So Ric Flair comes out. And, this reminded me of the Slammies back in, 2012. Remember when Cena gave his Slammy to Flair? Have fucking made me sick to my fucking stomach. But Ric Flair came out and thanked Stewart, for, the concept of saving his, title reign record. But, he said that if it was going to be anybody to break his record, it should be Cena. And he was pulling for Cena. Enough with this fucking nonsense already. We don't like Cena! We never liked him! Oh, okay, maybe for a little bit in 2004 when he was actually cool for 2 seconds. But we don't like him. And it doesn't matter how many legends you get to say that he's good. I don't care if Stone Cold loves him. I don't care if Hogan was paid to say he loves Cena. And I don't care if Ric Flair comes out there every night and says how much he thinks that Cena has a giant cock and how much he'd love to have it up his ass. Doesn't fucking matter what these legends say. Cena sucks, and he still sucks. The whole goddamn crowd is booing his ass and cheering Stewart, a non-wrestler, just because he fucking, made Rollins win. Doesn't that give them the idea? That was like fucking, what was it? Was it on Raw or SummerSlam? JBL said it again, but he said it in a way more pathetic way. Oh, everybody is, booing Cena, but everybody has an opinion of Cena. Like, that's a positive thing. Yes, and the opinion is he sucks fucking cock, and he has an annoying-ass character, and fuck, man, I mean, take a look at Rollins and Cena. Fucking Rollins was wrestling circles around him at SummerSlam. Cena was botching. Rollins was hitting everything clean and crisp. So it was pretty clear that Cena couldn't keep up with Rollins. Rollins was a bit too much for him. And the thing is, nobody likes him. Where would you see this? Where actually the top babyface is hated. Like he's a heel, except he's not a heel. So Cena says that he understands that, Stewart was doing what he had to do, but he was going to do what he had to do. So he fucking AA Stewart. So there you go, people. John Cena granting 500 wishes. John Cena, be a star, don't be a bully. That's all good and everything. But here's the thing with that. If they're going to put Cena out there and they're going to say, oh, Cena's like this great humanitarian. He just fucking attacked a non-wrestler and a guy who weighs like about 100 pounds less than him. What a great man. Yeah, right? How he's going to get out of this and not be a heel, even though Stewart attacked the babyface and let the heel win, he said he didn't think it through. And Stewart wasn't even acting like a bad guy. So, I understand that Cena's defending himself, but isn't Cena supposed to rise above hate? Hypocrisy! That doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. If you want to give Cena the squeaky clean image, then, I don't know, fucking bring in George Clooney to beat him up. I don't fucking know, but you can't have a top baby face picking on celebrities. It's, not the right thing to do. And it doesn't make any fucking sense, when you think about it in terms of his character. So anyway, then you had Orton, Ziggler, and Cesaro and Ryback, and they defeated Rusev, Sheamus, Owens, and Big Show. And Big Show got his ass kicked at the end, which made me happy. It was an okay show. It was an okay fucking match. Not the best or anything like that. Just throwing everybody in the ring together. Owens and Rusev look like they're going to be a team. They beat up on Big Show, so I don't fucking know what's going on with that. But Owens should be in the fucking main events. Why he's hanging around the mid-card, I don't fucking know. They should do like a 2 out of 3 falls with Cesaro and Owens. That would be a cool idea, I suppose. But, get the shit together. It's like all over the fucking place. And, more of Ziggler and Rusev. I'm not looking forward to that at all. And it looks like Sheamus and Orton are going to continue their fucking feud. And why? Why? This has been going on for fucking months now. It's enough already. Yes, I said the match was good at SummerSlam, but that is enough. Sometimes you could have a good match, and they got lucky that they had a good match because they actually maybe tried. I don't know, but, it's enough already with this shit. How many times are they going to show Sheamus and Orton? And Big Show. Big Show is more worthless than he's ever been in this fucking life. I know he did a senton bomb, but take a fucking senton bomb off a fucking cliff into the retirement home, for God fucking sakes. And then in the final segment, You had Seth Rollins and he was gonna get his monument erected to him, a statue, and they had like this big black thing that was covering the statue, and Triple H and Stephanie were praising Rollins as the man, and Rollins said something that was true. He is the first ever to hold the U.S. and the world title belts, and that is if anything else, if Rollins' career goes down in flames, at least they could say that he has that accolade above anyone else. Nobody has ever fucking done that. At least not in WWE. Goldberg did it in WCW, but I guess they're not acknowledging that. But yeah, he's the WWE champion. But anyway, so they go to reveal the statue, and Sting was underneath it, and Sting beat the shit out of Rollins. And apparently now it's been officially made. Sting and Rollins, it's going to be a Night of Champions. And I'm a little bit surprised that they're doing this match at Night of Champions and not a bigger pay-per-view like Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. But, anyway, Sting is just getting older, so they might as well do it as soon as possible. Overall, I was pretty happy with a lot of, some of the stuff on this show. Not everything, Some of it was kind of fucking retarded, like the Divas segment. And, not like that match was horrible or anything, but, nobody was interested in seeing it. The Dudleys coming back was fucking amazing. That was a great fucking moment. And then in the last segment, Rollins and Sting, that was also a nice surprise. So, overall, it was a decent episode of Raw. The matches weren't that good, and not every moment on the show was that good or even decent. And some of it kind of fucking sucked. So I guess you could say it was a passable Raw because you had one massive return with the Dudleys, and Sting was also another good return. So I guess I was somewhat satisfied with the returns, but the actual matches, that's the thing when I do these reviews. I don't want to be like everybody else here on YouTube, and you fucking know that already. What a great episode of Raw because of 2 returns. The thing is, it's still 3 fucking hours, motherfucker. Hello? What are we doing? The Dudley's return was 5 minutes. Sting being there was 3 minutes. 8 minutes of fucking good shit, and the rest isn't even that fucking good at all. I'm looking down the list, and I don't fucking know. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that was a passable episode of Raw, I guess you could say. All right, motherfuckers, I'm gonna do another video on the whole SummerSlam reaction and then what people are saying about SummerSlam. So stay tuned for that.